The key to understanding a Charlotte Mason education is to realize that the focus is more on forming relationships than on just memorizing information. Charlotte Mason was a British educator who lived in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and who revolutionized the way that children were taught in homeschool rooms as well as classrooms. She understood that true education is based on forming personal relations rather than just trying to transfer pieces of information. It's like the difference between reading someone's resume versus spending time with that person and getting to know him for yourself. A relationship is built on shared experiences, and usually those experiences involve some element of emotion. It could be enjoyment, revulsion, annoyance, admiration, laughter, wonder. Later, you can think back on those shared experiences and picture them in your imagination. So those elements are a key in a Charlotte Mason education, shared experiences that involve your imagination and your emotions. We want to help our students form a personal relation with God, with the universe around them, with other people, both past and present, and with themselves. Now, if you think about it, that involves a wide variety of subjects. We offer our students regular shared experiences face-to-face in those subjects. Or, when face-to-face is not possible, they read books that make it seem as though they are face-to-face. So during a typical week, our students will spend time in nature, look at beautiful artwork, listen to good music, work with wood, paper, paint, cloth, rope, and other materials to create something beautiful and useful. They're getting shared experiences with the things around them and with people who were artists and composers. They read a story or a narrative about a historical person, not just a summary recitation of that person's achievements or the highlights of a career, but rather a literary-style book that helps the students get to know that person as a fellow human being, discovering the ideas that ruled his or her life and informed that person's thoughts and behavior. Our students dig into languages, both their own language and their neighbors, in order to better communicate with other people here on Earth. And they fill their minds with the best examples of language in literature, even using it as models during spelling and grammar studies. They explore maps and form mental maps of the world in order to picture where others live. And they read accounts of what those people's lives are like so they can share in those experiences. They get to know God through reading the stories in the Bible and memorizing scripture passages that take up residence in their hearts and minds to influence their daily decisions. They explore how numbers work face-to-face by using everyday objects to prove and practice the math concepts around us. They sing hymns and read poetry and discuss character and how those habits of thinking and behaving affect each person's decisions in life. And they work on forming their own good habits that will shape their characters. Those studies are planned and guided by the teacher, but the emphasis is on making introductions and cultivating relationships, not just transferring data from one brain to another. We don't quiz the students about what facts we think they should have learned during each experience. Rather, we invite our students to think about each experience and to tell back what ideas stood out to them and what else they can recall about it. Now, you know as well as I do that as you spend time with a person or an object, you do get to know the facts about that human being or thing. But that information is acquired in a natural and personal way. So we offer these experiences regularly, not just once and done, but small, consistent touches. For we know that vivid relationships, relationships that are alive and well, are formed over repeated times together. And the best thing about a relationship is that it can continue to grow. Through these shared experiences, we are encouraging our students to continue pursuing those relationships over a lifetime. We're setting them up for a lifetime of continued personal learning and growth. And isn't that the true goal of education? We can't teach them all about everything, but we can make introductions and encourage them to form relationships that will continue to grow over a lifetime. If you would like to learn more about the Charlotte Mason approach to learning, visit simplycm.com/get started. It would be a privilege to make an introduction for you.